Here with Ron Kidd, head coach of the Beckley Flying Eagles. Coach Kidd, first thing I want to start off is, Jaden took 14 threes, but he made those last two. I mean, talk about the confidence to keep shooting and to actually and to hit them. Because, when you start missing as many, what you did at 4 or 14, when you miss 10 of them, eventually you can be like, all right, I'm going to stop shooting, especially for a kid, new to that role, taking that many shots. But he kept shooting, and he made those last 2 threes and that one that gave you the lead for good. I would just talk about the confidence in him to keep giving them the green light.
I tell you what, you got to give our kids credit. They kept giving him the ball, so they know he can shoot the ball. And Jalen has the mentality, he don't worry about missing a shot. He keeps on shooting. He don't feel like he has a bad shot. So we feel great when he shoots the ball, and I think our kids do too.
We've talked about it, but a lot of the games you've played this year have come down to coin flips. A lot of bad luck when you're losing by close games by one possession or 2 possessions. Just talk about, how do you feel like those losses helped you to close out tonight's game? Because a lot of kids can get tight, and we've talked about a lot of these kids didn't play last year. You've got Gage and Preston that played some, but a lot of these kids, they haven't seen a ton of action and meaningful minutes, and they're a AAA opponent now, but this is a big one. And just talk about how you feel like the game so far this year helped you really close out tonight.
Tell you what, really, Gage didn't play that much last year. This is his first year actually playing point guard on this level. This is a tough level. Their little guards right there can play with anybody, and I thought Gage handled himself well. End of the game. I think the Huntington game really helped us that fourth quarter. We kept fighting, so that carried over to tonight's game, I thought. So even though the Huntington game wasn't close, but we made it kind of close near the end. So just give our kids credit for learning from that game.
That second quarter, I think they outscored you at 22-10, and that can be tough going into halftime like that on a downer note. You guys came out and you responded well. Won the third quarter 19-13, and obviously the last one 20-16. What was the halftime message? Were there any adjustments made there?
I just thought we wasn't playing tough. I think they were more aggressive. I just thought our kids got more aggressive and started playing a whole lot harder than what we played that second quarter. Because I thought we started the game out real good, Tom. But that second quarter, I don't know why. It seemed like Saturday night against Huntington, it was the second quarter. Tonight, it was the second quarter. So that's something that we got to make adjustments with.
You talk about giving the kids credit, and I thought one play, Gage stripping the ball and getting that steal and that layup was huge. To recognize, hey, he's not looking, and I can just come up behind him. I just talk about that because, again, getting back to it, Gage hadn't really played point guard or played a ton on this level. That was a really heads-up play, and I think that's what gave you the lead for to start with.
That's a very heads-up play. We feel like Gage has savvy, and that was a savvy play just to realize he had his back to him. I think the kid was trying to call a timeout, but Gage got there before he was awarded the timeout. So this is a real heady play. Showed a whole lot of poise again, just to do that and go down and make his layup too.
Gotcha. Thank you, Coach.